Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Welcome to the episode 3 of season 3.
Hello.
And we've got F and Izzy today. Super excited to get to chat with you and, learn more about you and what you do here on Twitch and outside of Twitch or all the things above. So, yeah, very excited.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us.
Great. Thank you.
I was kind of embarrassed.
Is my video really choppy?
Yeah, I wonder if it's because we went live.
Yeah, that could be weird. I don't know what happened with that. Yeah, it wasn't doing it backstage, so I don't know.
Oh, well.
It wasn't, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a huge lag.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I don't think it was doing it when you had your phone connected.
Either. But then we couldn't.
I said that like 15, 20 seconds ago.
Yeah, and then that's weird. Anyway. Do we want to try and pivot and restart, or
let me see if I can?
What do you think? Yeah. I might be able to just add it in live if you reconnect it on your phone.
Izzy's feet is said, "Oh my gosh!"
No, dude, we always have something happen with Restream.
Every time. I think the last 2 times we didn't, we were like flabbergasted. So we didn't now.
Yeah, we didn't knock on wood enough, apparently.
Seriously.
Yeah, it's like a 20-second. It's like a 20-second lag.
Oh my god.
That's wild.
Behind the beat, like yes, Lester Young.
Let's see. Yeah.
Well, while we troubleshoot a little bit, I'll just welcome in some people. We've got Shamanic Awakening. We've got Manboo in the chat. We've got, what else do we have here? Did I say Malice already? I don't know. Manboo. Astrakella.
Okay, now it's frozen.
On hands.
Oh, poor Izzy. Oh no.
It's good to see everyone.
It's been such a busy day for him too.
Yeah, this has been a busy day for sure.
And it's not over yet.
Dang it.
Yeah,
I mean, if you want, we can restart and just
please
do it
bear
the
with
other
me.
way.
I'm sorry.
No, we're sorry. Everything was fine until we went live. So yikes.
Well, hey, I can pivot us over to
Let's
see.
Yeah, like R0se said, take your time. I mean, we're very casual here.
Okay,
so.
I'm on here now.
Okay, I see your phone.
Do you see me via the phone?
Yes, I'll go ahead and swap it over real quick. There we go.
Video is definitely better.
Yeah.
Okay, hello.
Hello.
Is this better?
Yeah, and I can turn up your volume all the way.
Yeah, but there's still like a there's like a 20-second lag still, but that's okay. So you just it'll be like, when we're on, doing TV interviews and people are like,
old school, yeah.
Yeah, but no, that looks so much better.
So I guess I got to talk louder too, because my microphone is much softer here, right?
Can you guys hear in the chat?
We can't let him in until he shows the multiples. What?
Yeah, echo for me.
No more sound.
Do we?
No, we can hear you. It's just quieter.
Okay. I don't hear any echo, honestly.
There was one. It's gone. I think we're good.
Yeah. All right. We're just going to go with it. But yeah, so welcome everybody. We appreciate you being here. Thank you for bearing with us while we do the inevitable technical problems that Restream always has.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, Izzy, it's not a you thing; it's a Restream thing most of the time. But yeah, so really just gonna hop right on in and just
Talk right on it. Oh my god.
yeah, I know we have to hop in. But yeah, so like you're a massively talented, you're multi-instrumentalist, you're a pianist, you're a composer, which I was really intrigued by. Electronic music, kind of like classical style sounding things. And you're a singer-songwriter. What kind of got you started just in music in general? Like I assume that you've been doing it for the majority of your life, I would assume, but yeah. A lot of experience that can be heard.
I probably started when I was 5 or 6 with some lessons for piano, and maybe if I get closer to the mic, you can hear me better. I don't know. And I remember my very first experience was my next door neighbor had a piano, and I was playing around with their piano, waiting for the kids to come home from school, and I decided to make a storm, and so I made this big, huge storm with chord clusters and craziness and exploring the pedal, and I didn't know what I was doing. I'd never really done that, and so when I finished, there was this moment of silence, and the mother who was in the kitchen, Linda Pollock, and she said, "That was very good." And so at that point, I marched over next door, because I lived next door, to my parents and told me, "I'm taking piano lessons from Linda." I didn't even ask Linda, and they said, "Oh, okay." And so that's where it started. And so I went through years of piano lessons. Then I always composed at that age, and decided to take it seriously in my teens, and then went to formal training forever. Spent $1 bajillion in very fancy pants schools and all that stuff, but was exposed to some really great musicians and teachers and people. I mean, I'm really lucky from that point of view. And I'm looking over here. Sorry, this is where the phone is. And here, we should put this over here. No, that's not going to work. Hang on. Let's see. Okay. So, yeah, and I spent several years in Hungary, which was amazing, and studying music there, and that exposed me to all sorts of different people in Europe, which was an incredible connection. Then came back and studied more, and after having enough degrees to choke a cheetah, I decided, I better start paying off all these loans. And so I started teaching, and that's what I did, teaching. And I always performed. I did a lot of stuff, performing new music and playing compositions, and getting into electronic music was fun, because that started in the 90s. I was fascinated because I had lost a lot of listening to music in the 80s and into the 90s. This is giving away how old I am. And I missed a lot of the great early rap, early hip hop, early, trip hop and electronica, because I was so focused on my studies. And so for me, it was just this amazing research going back into the 80s, 90s, and then the early 2000s. And so that's where it all came from, and then COVID hit, and I decided, screw this, I'm going to start streaming on Twitch. And that's how I ended up on Twitch.
Oh, nice.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. I've said it 1,000 times, and I'll say it probably 1,000 more. Live music on Twitch during COVID absolutely saved my soul. You know, I know I've told you that before, Izzy, but I love that the community just kind of like burst wide open at that time. And, you know, I think about it like all the time because a lot of the music that I listen to is on Twitch now. You know, it's more common that I'm seeing who's streaming on Twitch to listen to them than, you know, just popping on a CD or whatever. And yes, we have CD players in our house, but, but yeah, it's absolutely amazing. And I don't even remember how I discovered you, but I'm glad that I did because you're to me, you are infinitely fascinating, you know, as a musician and as a person. And I am just entirely like, just so like people like y'all exist. It's awesome. So it's great. And it's really, really nice to have you on today. So thank you again. And, you know, so when did you start streaming exactly? Because I can't even remember when I started following you. I'll have to check next time you're streaming.
I think I started streaming in 2020, so this would be the 6th
Okay.
year.
Okay. So yeah, right then.
But I think it was September. But I probably did like at least 4 streams where there was no audio.
Oh no! And you didn't
So there
know,
was at
or
least 4 streams. I was sitting there pontificating and playing music, and you couldn't hear
Okay.
anything. I thought I was listening to myself. I thought it was fine, but nothing was going out.
Mm.
And then Leap Temple was the first person to pop in and say, "Hey, dude, no audio."
oh
I said,
no!
Oh my god! All this time. So I'm thankful for Bleep forever, for Bleep for helping me
Yeah.
figure it out. And by the way, Malice, just so you know, Ziggy is not allowed in the studio. He is upstairs. This is the lower level, and it's not a basement, but it's just a lower level. And I have students who are very allergic to cats and stuff who come here, so I keep it Ziggy free, unfortunately. And he loves to chew on cables. I mean,
Yeah,
he's
You'll have
crazy
that.
about chewing on cables. So it's
Malice is spoiled by the Ziggy slideshows we get. So
I love that. So, you talk about like teaching a lot. Like, what is it mostly like piano, or do you teach like multiple different like things?
yeah, I teach piano, composition, music theory, ear training, notation, and some electronic music, I suppose. They come here for that. But it's primarily piano, and then I'd say the second thing is composition and music theory.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
That's
on
very
top
sweet,
of
Malice.
all of the things that you know, that I've seen from you on Twitch, you know, that was like the first impressions that I had of your musical talent was through Twitch, of course. But then I was like perusing through the Bandcamp, and then I was finding a bunch of this stuff that was towards the beginning of what you were putting on out on Bandcamp. But you have like your compositions on there as well, which I, as you know, I was telling you earlier, me being a very involved person in the symphony, you know, that's something that just really piqued my interest. For those of you guys that don't know, you can go on Izzy's Bandcamp page. I'll pull up this little QR for a second. Yeah, you can go to Izzy's Bandcamp page. It has a bunch of your analog and digital improvisations, but also compositions as well. A lot of which I was seeing that were imagined for like piano or woodwinds. There was a bunch of clarinet and like woodwind pieces on
yeah,
there as well. And you can actually get the sheet music, which I thought was awesome. And so I was
that
kind
is
of like,
awesome.
I was kind of nerding out about that a little bit because I, you know, I have my own sheet music for, you know, my vocal stuff. And, yeah, so that just really piqued my interest, and that would just be
Yeah.
cool to like listen to the composition and just
Yeah.
have it. I can hardly play piano proficiently. Um but most of my background is vocal, so I see like the symphony scores and all of that too, so I was just like, oh, that's so cool. Like but yeah, you guys can scan that QR code, go to Izzy's Bandcamp, check out some of that stuff. We'll listen to a couple of the things, but
Yeah. Sorry, it's so hard because I start talking and then it's like 20 seconds later.
yeah, we do
the
have
lag.
a delay.
That,
Yeah, we do have a delay, guys, so
yeah.
just be aware.
The things that I do with the music printing, so I sell music via direct printing at Lulu. I don't know if you know lulu.com. They're fantastic for printing books and all sorts of pamphlets and brochures, and it's a do-it-yourself thing. And I do it with music. So if somebody buys a piece of music, like the sheet music, I will just put in the order and drop ship it to them, and they'll just print a one-off and send it to that person. So I don't have to have like 50 scores of the same piece at the ready. It's very convenient.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
Yeah, I see a lot of people do that with like digital assets as well, like people who get stuff for like their streams, for example, on like Etsy and things like that. Like it's just another way to have like that passive kind of income coming in. So I think that that's really cool. You can just, if you have an order come in, you're just like, oh, here you go. It's all taken care of. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. Yes, I'm making millions on this.
Of course.
Yeah, but every little bit counts. But anyway, yeah, and so I was gonna pull up.
So Surrealist says that the sound is better on YouTube, which is interesting.
Oh, huh.
Okay. Weird.
Okay. Noted. I guess if we ever have.
It looks like I'm constantly interrupting you because I'm responding to what you said, but it comes in 20 seconds later.
Right. No, that's okay.
Just so you know, Izzy, this has happened to me before when we were doing a podcast. Just suddenly my computer decided it didn't want to do anything anymore, and I had to get on my phone and I couldn't see the chat. Like it was not fun. That was the episode we had Targus songs on.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Weird.
Yeah. Targus, yeah.
We love Targus.
Another great streamer. Oh my god.
Yeah, incredible. We have a lot of the last season's episodes up. And he's on there.
God damn it.
You want to do the didgeridoo? Seriously?
I love that.
I don't have my reverb set up here on this because that's an elemental part of it. It's got to be this reverb. I promise you I will do didgeridoo on my next stream.
There you go, Malice. So I'm gonna pull up.
You have to pick a page from like 11 to 170, and then I do a haiku through the didgeridoo.
That's incredible.
That's pretty great.
Okay, let's see. I've got.
It's disturbingly fun.
This that I'm gonna pull up of the composition that I thought was really cool. The one that like kind of spoke to me. Spoke in the fire.
We're all having a day here, man. It's Swiss Fest weekend. That's probably why.
It is. I know. Everybody's just It's been a fun weekend though.
And of course now my phone is about to die, so I just had to plug it in. So here we go.
Oh, of course.
That's okay. So I really enjoyed the changed games one that you had up. It was something composed for clarinet and piano.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like reading in the description as I was listening to it, and then how you put that the influences are a mismatch of Bartok, and Debussy, which were the two that I was very familiar with, because I have sung pieces by both of those composers. But it was really intriguing. And then I was like scrolling down and I was like, you could buy the sheet music too. But I like that it's like I get that it's the MIDI recordings of the compositions, but it still sounds great to me. I really like it, so I would love to share it with you guys. If you would like to, I'll pull up the QR code again whenever I switch over, but we'll listen to it and then we'll kind of come back in and talk once it's concluded. So we'll see you in just a moment. Yeah. Oh wow, that's incredible. I really enjoyed
I
that.
haven't heard it in a long time.
That was
Yeah,
awesome.
that really was cool. I mean, I see that you had a lot of influences, like I was
you.
saying, classically. And I don't know. I mean, if you had to say, this might be a tough ask, but if you have like a favorite composer or someone that you feel was most particularly influential for you, I know that's, like I said, it's a tough ask, but I don't know if you have a special connection to any particular composer.
Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna take a deep breath. Um, wow. One, I can't really say one.
I know it's
Because
tough.
I am definitely an amalgam of all the things I've listened to and all the things I've loved. I'd probably say Bartók and Ligeti are the most profound influences on me.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I
But then
I
I'd be
know I'm
lying if I didn't
familiar.
say that, Philip Glass, Steve Reich, and all the minimalists aren't an influence.
Yeah, that's really cool. Another thing in terms of your like classical
Yeah.
compositions that I thought was really intriguing, um if I can pull it up here, where was this at? I have to go back to the discography page and see if I can, or which one it was.
It's really cool to see this view of your studio, Izzy, because I only ever see the stream setup. So this is pretty cool. I'm kind of nerding out, like trying to see what else
I
behind
didn't
you.
prep the pieces for you. I feel bad. Yeah.
Oh no,
you
that's
know what
okay.
You know what I could do? I could actually do this. Hold on. I can flip the camera view. Hold on. There we go.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
studio tour.
Hey, where the magic happens. Nice.
Yeah. It's messy.
Very cool. I disagree, but
Yeah. Wow,
awesome.
that's incredible.
Oh my gosh, I love this.
And then there's my beautiful piano.
Ooh.
I love it.
Gorgeous thing.
She's beautiful.
So, yeah.
Well, thank you for the tour. That was awesome.
And just do.
Just play a little.
Yeah.
I love that. See, I can probably move this somehow with fear to. Yeah, I probably messed it up.
Here, let's see.
That'll work.
Debussy. It's impossible to play with the delay.
I'm sure.
So I'm gonna stop.
It
while I'm
sounds
ahead,
awesome, though. I love
but
that.
yeah, because but yeah, this is. I mean, it's my happy place,
Mm-hmm.
and I wouldn't be able to be here and do all this stuff without family support. That's the truth. Because as you can imagine, sorry, my cables are all messed up. Anyway, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my family and for
Mhm.
their help. Because you can imagine a music teacher doesn't make crap.
Right.
Even if you're teaching a lot, which I do, you can just barely make ends meet. And that's just the way it is. I am not complaining. But, I know a lot of people who aren't as fortunate as I am. And a lot of the stuff in this studio was donated or used very cheap or, free. Like that blue synthesizer up there, that old thing, that was actually being thrown out.
What?
It was ending up in a dumpster,
Uh,
and I saved it.
wow.
That's
Yep.
amazing.
And the same with that
Crazy.
little drum machine next to it up there. That's that little drum machine over there is it's a Acetone FR3, which was on the curb being thrown out by somebody. I took it home and plugged it in, and it worked. So,
Wow.
the speakers back there, those beautiful speakers, the monitors that you see back there, those were also free because, sorry, I don't want to make you seasick. There was a sign on the wall, the bulletin board of where I work, which said speakers free and a phone number.
Okay.
And I walked by and I saw that, and then I came back and called the number immediately and said, "I'm calling about the speakers." And the guy said, "Well, what is it that you do?" And I thought that was kind of a weird question. I said, "Well, I'm a musician. I teach music and I perform." He goes, "Perfect, because I'm giving this away to somebody who would appreciate it." And I said, "Oh, what kind of speakers are they?" And they said, "Oh, these are Thiel CS 1.2s." And I said, "Okay, I'll be there in 5 minutes."
Damn.
Those are really nice speakers. And so I got there and I said, "Sir, so why are you giving these away? I mean, you could easily sell these for over 1,000 a piece." And he said, "Well, I have a terminal illness and I want to give this to somebody who's going to appreciate it and use it." And
Oh, I love that.
Very
so
super
it's what
cool.
we do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's cool how like a lot of people
Yep.
acquire
Yep.
their instruments or like, different gear over time. One experience that I've had with that, somebody had thrown away this beautiful looking mandolin, and I had just found it in my apartment's trash uh room or whatever. And the only thing that was wrong with it was it just needed to be restrung. That was literally the only
What?
thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't have it because I don't play it, so I didn't feel like it was right for me to just like keep a
Wow.
mandolin that I don't know how to play. So we ended up finding a good home for it, and I think that they were able to take care of it. And but no, it's just
Sorry.
cool how
Hold on
like
just a
little
second.
finds like that, and they end up
Might
sticking
get a
with you
cable. There we
over
go.
time.
I'm back.
I love it.
Yeah. That's so weird to me to hear people throwing away a synthesizer, drum machine, mandolin. Like
I was listening.
those things are
Sorry, I have
so
to deal with these stupid
priceless.
Yeah. No, I just think it's so
People.
cool.
Yeah, well, the synthesizer was at a school, and they didn't know how to use it, and it was a doorstop for about 5 years. With the phone book.
Okay.
And so I asked the chairperson. I said, "What are you doing with this?" And they said, "Oh, well, it doesn't work." So I said, "Well, why don't you repair it?" "Oh, well, nobody cares. Nobody uses it. It's not interesting. So we'll probably just get rid of it." And I said, "Okay, I'll take it off your hands."
I care.
Brought it home, plugged it in, put it in a patch cable, and it worked.
Mm,
You know,
that's
it's
crazy.
this little
Yeah.
guy on my shoulder going, "You should take it back. It works, and you should educate them." And then there was another guy who said, "Screw this. I'm going to throw it out. It's going to end up in a dumpster." And so that guy won.
Yeah. Right. I mean, you got
By
way
the way,
more use
Malice
out of
has a
it.
question, which is, did you feel constrained by teachers from your eclectic music interests? How did your simultaneous compliance and rebellion to your teaching shape you as a musician, composer, person? That is it.
That's such a Malice
Great
question.
It is such a Malice
Uh,
question. We
I
love
love
Malice.
it.
I was constrained. It is a Malice question. Was I rebellious as a student? Number one. I was a little rebellious, only because I had a lot of trouble reading music because I have a bit of a condition with my eyes. So teachers thought I was being lazy when I wasn't. And so that pissed me off a little bit. But most of the teachers that I had, for music were magnificent teachers and magnificent people. And so compliance and rebellion, um, in I kind of listened to what they had to say, mulled it over, and just took in whatever I thought was right. And you know,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
Cool question.
does that make
Yeah.
any sense?
Absolutely. No, I have someone else who has
Oh,
been a
Detox,
musician
good night.
and had teachings throughout my life. I felt like the music teachers and those kind of like mentors and instructors were like the most I guess it would hit different from when it came from them. So like my experience with that, I was a very fearful young musician, like kind of almost like embarrassed to share my craft because I felt like I wasn't good enough, or like all the little things that the voice inside your head tells you. And it took one instance with my vocal teacher from high school, because I almost didn't like retry out for something that I didn't get into. And so there was a kid that was in my or in the choir and was like, "Hey, are you going to try out for this next year?" And I said, "No, I just don't have any interest in doing it now." And he's like, "Well, our teacher was asking about you and asking if you were going to be doing it." And I was like, then I started thinking about it. I was like, okay, well, if she's asking other people if I'm doing it, maybe I should try again, whatever. And it was just a matter of me like practicing with the pianist, the accompanist, and like she came up and grabbed me on the shoulders and she's like, "What do you have to be afraid of?" And it just like
Aw.
shook me to my core. I just like, as a young kid, I was like sitting there. I was like, she literally grabbed me on the shoulders and said that to me. And then I was just like, you're right. So it
Yeah.
literally just took that one moment to like reframe my entire perspective on everything that I was doing musically, or like, in that moment. And I feel like that really just helped shape that mindset moving forward into adulthood of like. And so that's kind of my mentality now, is like, honestly, who gives a shit? Like if people don't
Yeah.
like it, you can just move on. But it's the thing, like I didn't have anything to be afraid of, and that really is what like stuck with me throughout the years. So I guess like to piggyback off of Malice's question in that
Yeah,
way, was
there's
there
something that you
something that
mentioned about
happened to
fear that
you, yeah, that was kind of similar in that way?
Yes, that's a great point, because when you are in the classical music world, there is an unreasonable expectation of perfection because of recordings, and so especially if you're a pianist, because if you're giving a recital, and you make one mistake in a piece, you focus on remembering that one mistake for the rest of your life, rather than the fact that you played beautifully throughout the whole recital. And so I have multiple recitals that I remember vividly, where I remember the mistake and I don't remember the rest of the recital. And then I listen to the recordings and I'm going, okay, that wasn't so bad. And it's really sad that we set ourselves up for this kind of internal damage. But it's an unfortunate byproduct of the classical training, which is very similar in some ways to gymnastics and the rigidity of it and ballet and all that stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
I
just
can
wish
see that.
I wish that there was a little more
positive reinforcement, and I think it's changing now.
Yeah.
The old school ways of teaching are changing a little bit, because it's very trauma inducing to a lot of people. A lot of people go into it thinking, they want to have this fantasy of being a concert pianist and all that stuff, and then don't realize just how bad and how incredibly stressful that life is. You have to have this huge repertoire in your fingers at all time,
Mm-hmm.
and at the drop of a hat you can go and play it. And then if you play something and you make some mistakes, then the critics latch on to, oh, well, he made all sorts of mistakes, and they don't focus on the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It can be very damaging,
Yeah, for sure.
and it's taken me most of my life to get over that.
Mm-hmm.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, it definitely is difficult to overcome, but I feel like that's part of the journey as well, is
right.
just kind of going through those hurdles and figuring out what works for you, what what you should leave at the door, and all of those things.
It also does help to have a supportive family, as you mentioned before, Izzy, and that, that's something that I will lament my entire life, is I did not have that growing up, and I was really good at a lot of things. And I'm like, how different would my life be had I had support and been able to pursue
Mhm.
these things that I was passionate about? And so when I do see and hear that somebody actually has the support and love and encouragement in their family, it just makes me want to cry tears of absolute gratitude and joy.
Mhm.
And actually, I know Izzy does have a kind of hard stop
I
time,
hear you on that
so
point.
we
Mhm.
should probably go ahead and open up the Q&A portion, as we
Oh yeah,
probably lead
absolutely.
towards the end.
Absolutely.
So we've already kind of been there, I guess, but
yeah, no, that was perfect. Malice kind of like pseudo got us
yeah.
going. um yeah, so I'll start by
Leave it to
asking a
Malice.
question. Yeah. Leave it to Malice. It should be a good segment. But I guess kind of going from like the classical, me asking you the classical questions, like in terms of digital music or things of the like, in analog stuff, is there like a favorite piece of gear that you own that you just feel a particular connection with?
Oh my God, that's like the composer question.
I know, I'm giving you all
Um,
the tough asks. I'm sorry.
Well, that's okay. The the piano, without a shadow of a doubt, it's the piano. And hey, In Mirrors, thank you for the raid. In Mirrors just raided with 16. Hi everyone. Hi, welcome raiders. Um, yeah. In fact, I should probably shout out In Mirrors, right? So let's see. There it is. Hello. I'm still mulling over your question.
I know.
I mean, there's no doubt that I love the Matrix Brute. I deeply love the Matrix Brute. And the thing is that I also love that Electrocomp synth that's up there that was being thrown away. Each one has some element in it that I deeply love. I also love, for example, Drum Computer, which is a plugin. And
Okay.
a lot of purists don't like when I say that kind of stuff. And so it's the Drum Computer made by Sugar Bytes is one of the better drum machines out there as far as analog drum design. Its sequencer is great. Everything about it is amazing, and I use it a lot. In fact, in the last stream that you heard, towards the end when it got really raunchy, that was Drum Computer giving out all that raunchy stuff,
Mhm.
and I was really
Okay.
having a good time with it. I kind of forgot about people, and but people like Actitect and In Mirrors, they also, all these folks, all you folks out there, you understand what I'm talking about. It's hard to say that. So
Yeah.
let's see. Astral Akela had a question about
Mhm.
influence approach to the stream tech I use to display music stream how hard is the barrier to entry to putting? Yeah. Well, it took me a while to figure out how to, first learning your gear. So
Sure.
before 2020, in the late 90s into the 2000s, I probably started with Ableton Live in version 1 when it first came out. And I loved that program because it enabled me to create these incredible sets that I could do live. The whole idea of live was amazing. And so I could use samples, I could use hardware and all that stuff. And that kind of kept rolling into other things. So I would get another piece of gear, and then I'd learn that piece of gear. Then I'd get another piece of gear. And usually it would be something that I feel like, oh, I need this. And there's a hole here, so I'm going to try and do this. And so I would find something used and try it out. If I didn't like it, I'd sell it and just get rid of it. I wouldn't keep things that I didn't want to use. And it took me a while to figure out the tech with OBS and with the stream. Also, how to get audio sounding good, via the stream. That came from doing a lot of live mixing. So, I had a lot of practice doing live shows with Ableton Live, and I would be doing 16 channels in a live performance because I did these performances out in the Stony Creek rock quarry, giant granite rock quarry, where we had a 10,000 watt system with humongous subwoofers 300 feet away on the canyon top, lasers, also to project 3D projection mapping on the walls. It was an amazing experience. And so I had basically my little console here. I had this essentially, plus my laptop, and that went out to the sound system. And I would do shows like that. So I had to learn how to mix live, and it needed to sound good. And so that was years and years and years of doing that. And so that's how I came about to where I am, Astral. Long-winded answer, sorry.
No, I love that. Just kind of like shows, the approach and like how you integrate everything together and then subsequently air it out live on Twitch. So no, I love that. We're doing Q&A for anyone who had just rated in and wasn't here prior to us starting the stream. So if you guys have any questions or whatever, please ask Izzy. I know we have to kind of wrap up here shortly. So we'll kind of do a last call here. But while we're kind of doing that, I just want to say thank you so much for coming on and just giving us a chat. We love doing the podcast. We think it's so fun to just get to know folks on Twitch and get to know people's craft. Because I feel like we really see the artists from a different lens and a different perspective that we don't normally get the chance to get from Twitch. Unless, we sit and talk to our chat just one-on-one. But a lot of us who do music, we're just in performance mode and,
you can't do that.
Working on that stuff. But yeah, it's really cool to see just how it like all fleshes out and in the grand scheme. Yeah, and Izzy's audio, we were having technical problems earlier, so it just kind of is what it is, unfortunately. If you guys want to rewatch the episode, I would recommend going onto YouTube because we had reports that the BIGFROG Records YouTube channel was getting better audio somehow. So so if you guys missed the earlier conversation, I would recommend going there to watch it. But yeah, it just kind of is what it is. It's a restream thing. So I thought this was really fun.
Folks out there, just remember that there's like a 20-second lag between what I hear and when I respond.
That too. So we're just flying off the seat of our pants here. We're making it work.
We're having fun anyway. So
yeah, exactly.
We did have one more question from Malice. What is something you have not done yet in streaming but would like to explore in the streams in years ahead? I assume you see it.
Hot tub stream.
Yes. Honestly,
We
Squiz
are here
Fest
for
would have
it.
been a perfect time for that.
God damn it. Oh, that's fantastic.
No, I don't think anyone in the world would want to see that, including myself. So yeah, I don't know. That's a great question, actually. Um, I think one of the things that I want to do actually is in a tub with a synth. Yeah, electrocution. Um, I I'm going to do a mic shootout and a preamp shootout with a engineer friend of mine who has some very nice mics. I'm going to do some interviews. So I'd like to do some more interviews of various musicians and friends of mine that I work with. Maybe even, maybe even stream some rehearsals and open up some rehearsals with some stuff. Like, for example,
Cool.
in October, I'm going to be doing a live performance with two of my friends, Turbojet and Tamikaze, percussionist friend of mine. We formed this group called Subverse years ago, and we're going to do a live soundtrack to Nosferatu October 30th in New Haven. And I'm thinking of
Awesome.
streaming that as well from the location. I have to figure out.
Yay.
Yes. That would be incredible.
Multiple little things like this that I'm thinking, it'd be kind of cool to do. Yeah, so more live performances. That's what I want to do. Not that I want to stop doing synth stuff, because I love doing synth stuff, but I definitely want to play more live piano stuff. I want to play more live instruments, and do some more droney streams, some more experimental streams. Really get into some of the more avant-garde stuff that I really deeply love. And not that I don't love doing club or that I don't love doing all this. I do very much. I have this love for all of this stuff. So,
I think that's obvious. Yeah.
Metal.
Izzy metal.
Alice, actually, what's funny is that when I was a teenager, I was in a group called Stonehenge, the ultimate rock formation.
I love that.
Scuba.
That's amazing.
I was the guitarist,
That's perfect. Well, guys, I guess to wrap up, I will ask Izzy is if there's anything that you want to plug, or something that you have upcoming, anything like that.
Well, I guess the October 30th date coming up, I'll probably plug it more on Blue Sky. I don't know if anybody on here is on Blue Sky. That's where I'm most active, is on Blue Sky. I just started getting back into Instagram. You can't beat them, join them. So, okay. As a musician, you have to. There's no way around it. So
Yeah. That one.
But I'm excited to be working with live musicians in the coming year more, and doing live performances in front of people as well as streaming.
Yeah.
More. So
Yeah.
That's something that I'm really looking forward to.
Absolutely. We love that. Alrighty, friends. Yeah, so I guess this is a good time to wrap her up. But again, thank you so much, Izzy. We appreciate you so much, and thank you so much for chatting with us. I really enjoyed your squiz set earlier, and then you have some more stuff to do with your evening. But yeah, we just appreciate you guys all being here in the chat. Those of you that also rated it and brought your community here to listen to a conversation. This is what we do on the Big Frog Podcast. We do have some openings coming up. We do the podcast every 2 weeks. So typically on Sundays now. The next one should be on September 6th. The guest is to be determined at the moment. So if anybody has any interest in being on the podcast, feel free to reach out to me or Desarae. And we can get you in and we can talk to you about some stuff.
Especially if you have something to promote.
Oh yeah, get in
Yeah. Yeah, that would be cool. I love in-mirror stuff. It's very intriguing. We normally do, if you want to raid out, you can. We each have to do it our own respective streams.
From each
Obviously, if you don't want to, you don't have to. But I don't even know who else is still on today. Oops. And also, if anyone in the chat maybe has a recommendation, we can. Oh, VJP Cat is on.
VJP Cat. Yeah.
I figured that was gonna be your your
I love
recommendation.
VJP Cat.
It's always so much fun over there.
She's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. Thank you so much for doing this and inviting me and all that stuff. I really, really seriously appreciate it. And I was especially thankful that you picked up on an old clarinet and piano piece that I wrote a million years ago for a commission, and it hasn't really received very much attention. So I appreciate that immensely. And
Absolutely.
you've made me rethink that maybe I need to push this stuff a little more.
Yeah, no, I mean, if I had more inclination for like playing other instruments, I would have bought that as soon as I got it, or as soon as I like saw it on your Bandcamp. That would have been me. But I genuinely enjoyed it so much. So thank you for sharing and allowing us to go listen to your stuff. But yeah, so we're I'm gonna raid out to VJP Cat and
just in Discord, give me a place to send it. I'll send you one.
Absolutely. Okay, cool.
Me too.
Love that. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much, everyone who's here in the chat as well. We appreciate you. Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the QR code one more time. Please go check out the extensive works that are on Izzy's Bandcamp. I'm definitely gonna probably go down the rabbit hole later and listen to some more stuff, because it's just like we didn't get into the analog digital stuff, but I loved it so much. It's just very like moody and like crunchy, and it's so good. I really enjoy it. But yeah, I guess without further ado, we'll go ahead and hop on out of here.
Thank you.
I have to
Thank
do
you,
it every
everybody.
time.
Thank you, Izzy.
Take care, friends. We'll see you on the 6th of September.
Okay, folks. Thank you so much again. Yeah. Thanks for doing this.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay.
See ya.